Hi, I'm Brendan Kruger, and this is my ePortfolio. So here are a couple things you might want to know about me. I'm currently enrolled in Gull Lake High School, and I've been taking computer classes for about 5-ish years. I've gone through Intro to Computer Science, Software Engineering, and right now I'm in Cybersecurity. A couple of other core classes I've taken, Advanced Spanish for the past 4 years, and I've finished Spanish too. Now we're going to bop over to my computer science page, and we're going to go through it. So, I'm just going to do a quick rundown. These are all the projects I worked on in computer science and software engineering. My first project being my Ubuntu virtual machine. This is the very first virtual machine I ever worked on. And the video to the right here basically just explains the specs of the machine, its processor, its RAM, its hard drive. This next assignment is me kind of boasting about the developer tools that I've learned with making an ATM using Python. PC Builder is a really great tool if you want to learn hands-on computer components. This video is about 15 minutes. It's just me running through and building a computer. These two Tello drone videos were a lot of fun. We used PyCharm to code, and what we had to do is we had to program the drones to fly through hoops. Let's see if I can get the video to load here. We had to get them to fly up in the air, do a lap around the entire classroom, going up and down, through, left, right, all these hula hoops. It was amazing. Sphero Bolt's probably one of my favorite projects we did. We had a maze, and we had to program the Sphero Bolt to roll through the maze, and it would go forward, left, right, diagonals, pretty simple, but it would have to hit these dots on the ground, and there were different colored dots and dots that had music notes, and every time it hit, say, the purple dot, it would have to turn the color purple, and when it would hit the music note, it would have to make some sort of noise. Down to the Arduino microprocessors, this was our final project, and we had to just create some sort of product with the Arduino board, so we ended up making a buzzer, and each one of these buttons you can see right here would make a different pitch of noise that would come out of this little piezo buzzer. It was really fun. It was kind of difficult because our code was not easy to program, but I do not regret doing it. Finally, this is a project we did sort of in like the middle of the trimester with the MetaQuest 2. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Really good for team building. It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend. I don't think it costs that much on the Quest, but I definitely recommend doing it. It's great. So now we're gonna bop on over to my cybersecurity page. I love cybersecurity. Definitely recommend going into this field. What cybersecurity basically is it's an internet-connected system, such as hardware, software, and data, that we protect from cyber threats. The practice is used by individuals and enterprises to protect against unauthorized access to data centers and other computerized system. So we're going to start with my competitions. Firstly, Cyber Patriot. Very fun. Definitely doing it next year. It's just amazing. I learned so much from it. And what it basically is it's a program where once a month, once every few months, K through 12 students will go into these virtual machines that are insecure, and we'll have to make them more secure, protect them from threats, answer a few questions, basically test our knowledge on the machine. And there's Windows, Fedora, Ubuntu Linux, and Windows 10, the different machines we could choose from. And we had all day at school, so think like 7-ish hours to do the competition, and we just overall learned a ton of stuff. It was definitely like the labs that we do, I learned crazy from, but the hands-on experience with Cyber Patriot is just a game changer. You can't go wrong. The state round was definitely the most intense. It was our last and final round. Go, just stressing. But I mean, it was really fun. The stress was a pain, but we got through. I have a whole video right here explaining my incident report, so if you ever come back to this, definitely recommend checking out the video. This right here is a link to the Cyber Patriot page. So if you're interested in their camps, or if you just want to learn like what Cyber Patriot is, you can check out their website. Let's pop back over here, and we're going to head back to the Cyber Patriot page. Let me get you guys full screen again just to be fancy. Alright, Governor's Challenge. So, the Governor's Challenge is, every month we get a set of questions. We just have to go through and answer them. And whoever answered them with the most accuracy would actually get shipped out to compete in like the final like state challenge out in Maryland. So we unfortunately did not make it that far, but we did get to go to the Cyber Summit, and it was a lot of fun. We got to meet so many vendors, and we got so many like little trinkets and like free stuff. Like everyone loves free stuff. Let's be honest. But anyway, I got a certificate of attendance. I took this picture of one of the conferences I went to, and this is a link to their website. So here are the winners. Um, we're not on there unfortunately, but someone from Kalamazoo, so that's very very cool. Got our top 10 teams. This is about the challenge. So if you ever have a chance, I definitely recommend bopping over to this website and reading. So next we're going to be going through some of my trainings. So we're going to start with the network defense. So this is through EC Council. Great program, very good for just not only the training, obviously what it's for, but just learning new facts and taking notes, which I'm a sucker for notes. I took so many notes. I think there were about 10, 12 labs in total, so I'm just going to bop through and show you what I did. So, network security fundamentals, just bullet points, stuff I might need to go back to someday. We have module 2, 3, 4, we did not do module 4, ignore that one. 5, 6, bear with me here. Oh, sniffing, okay. See, this is when we start talking about Wireshark. Okay, not this one. Yeah, Wireshark. Wireshark is amazing. I didn't even know it was a thing until I took this class. Mobile device security. All the mobile stuff is what really caught my eye just because, I mean, everyone has a cell phone. You gotta make sure you're safe. IoT devices. And I'm pretty sure this is where we stop. Oh no, we have data security. Data security, just umbrella, everything. Like, you gotta know about it. If you don't know about it, like, kind of a basic. Network trafficking monitoring. Again, this is a big one for like corporations who might have an enormous network with tons of people on it. You're going to want to make sure you have everything going smoothly. Now let's pop over to ethical hacking, my favorite training that we did. EC Council, we had 12 labs. We only did up to number 10. Well, I did up to number 10. We were only supposed to do up to number 8. I think that's what we made it to, but I did the extra mile just because I loved it so much. We'll go through my notebook first, and then I'll show you some of the labs that I really enjoyed. Alright, so ethical hacking. So this one, the notes are a little bit more slim, just because it was really easy for me to grasp, so I thought, if I can just remember everything, I'm not going to write that much down. Now, I did go crazy with the notes in some sections, but most of it is pretty much just all in my brain, which is great, because I need to remember this kind of stuff, because it's just amazing. Password cracking, pretty cool. I use it for good, use it for good. Don't use it for evil. Social engineering, network level attacks, web application attacks, wireless attacks. Again, okay, so the wireless attacks, you can attack through Bluetooth. That is like, I never even thought about that as a possibility, but it makes total sense. But like, the fact that it can just be so easy. Mobile attacks this is back on my ePortfolio. So is wireless, but mobile was definitely my favorite. In the iLab, we got to use an Android virtual machine, which is like the only time we get to do that in ethical hacking. Very, very fun. Very cool. It just, every single one of these labs, even in network defense, is all on virtual machines. And you pop between Parrot like Linux OS, Windows, a security onion, very, very laggy. But I get, again, just I can't say it enough. It's amazing. All right, let's go through my module 9. Mobile attacks and countermeasures. So like I said, this is my favorite one we did. Right here, you can kind of see the Android virtual machine. Here we got the Parrot OS. This is my you could say doomsday notes or just notes in general. So I have a section for my tools. We only use Malwarebytes. My OS/terminal, Android, Parrot, Linux. We use the mate terminal. Some sudo commands that were the most important, like key ones. And some tools I didn't use were the Android hacking tools and the iOS hacking tools. This spy hacking tool, I've actually used it before, or I haven't used it to hack anybody, but I've downloaded it and interacted with the software. It's so clean and simple, like it's almost like you're doing nothing. It's like walking on air. Alright, here we have my module 8, attacks and countermeasures. This is what I did for my final project, so I actually have a video attached, so if you ever bop over to my ePortfolio, definitely recommend watching the video. It walks you through the entire lab. Here you can see Wireshark. I was doing an attack on on the Linux OS machine, but let's look at the notes. I think there are some more notes on this one. So again, tools, Wireshark. My terminals was Parrot. I used the mate terminal, which is Linux based. So I mean, any sudo command basically works through Parrot. Some of the very important commands. Aircrack is the most important, with all the ones over here just basically being underneath of it. Then I have my wireless attack tools and my wireless security tools. We didn't use any of these, but they're good to know, so I put them on here. Wi-Fi Fisher, I've heard good things, never used it. An Air Magnet, heard good things, never used it. I'm not too aware of the other ones, but you can't go wrong. Now let's go back to our cybersecurity page and go into Cisco. I have mixed feelings with Cisco. I mean, it's great for what it's for, not my favorite, but we did do a lot in it. So what it basically is it's a global platform which is used to inspire students and instruct them to make their futures brighter. Cisco Net Academy puts theory in hands and experience into practice. This link here should take us to their website. Here we go. So if you want to bop over here, basically you can run through. They're kind of boasting about how good they are. They're very good. They're very good. You can actually go through some of their courses: networking, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, programs, yada yada yada. You can sign up to get your free online courses. There's also paid courses which are more in depth, and you can get certifications through them. Python Institute. I was going to look into that this summer. No promises, but highly recommend. Now let's go through some of my labs that we did. So our configuring the initial switch. This one took me a lengthy amount of time just because of how complicated it was, but I did learn a lot from it. It basically brought us through securing your network, home and business, so do it whenever you want. Basically, you're setting up a message of the day banner, letting others know that they're not allowed into your network. Setting secure passwords and encrypting those passwords are vital. I preach it. And in this one, we implemented basic connectivity where we had these, how many do we have here? 7 virtual computers, and we all had them hooked up to the same little network right here. It was, and they would ping back and forth, like it would go machine, network throughout all of them. They just kind of speaking to each other. But yes, again, Cisco is great, not my cup of tea, but I would do it. I would do it again. Making network cables. This was fun. This was fun. So what we did is we like hands-on built our very own network cables. So we ended up making crossover and straight-through cable. So not the same avenue as like an Ethernet cable, but more connecting two computers to each other to like send files and like they just speak to each other. So that's what the crossover cable works as Ethernet. No, it's not the same as Ethernet, but it works like it, and it connects two devices to each other without a switcher router. Then the straight-through cable will connect a device to a switch hub or modem. So this one works more similar to an Ethernet cable. But either one of them, the crossover cable works universal, so you can use it with any device. You can even connect hubs to hubs, switch to switch, router to router. The straight-through cable is more for just like your point-to-point connection. Right now that we're done with cyber security, unfortunately, we're gonna power to my resume. I worked very hard on my resume, extremely proud of it. So we're gonna dive right in. So here's a quick overview before I start talking too much. This is my letterhead with my name, my address, my contact information. If you do plan on contacting me, use my email. I'm always responding to my email. My bad. Always responding to my email right away. I'm going to read the entire career aspirations because I'm very proud of it. So, my career aspirations consist of doing my personal best and putting my work ethic to the test. See what I did there? It rhymed. I strive for a positive environment and to help those around me. When connecting with others, not only on a professional level, it leads to responsiveness. Success is not final, failure is learning. See what I did there? Isn't that sweet? Anyway, my education, I'm still enrolled in Gulick High School. I'm class of 2025, and I have a GPA of 3.1. Next year, I'm going to be dual enrolled in KVCC, so if you come back, expect my resume to be even bigger. Some of my technical skills, as we've talked about, are Python, JavaScript, and C++, and I'm also experienced in MIT App Inventor, Arduino boards, Raspberry Pi, Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Some of my just general umbrella skills is that I'm well organized, dedicated, ethical, and empathetic, selfless. I know it can be bad sometimes, but I promise it's good. Adaptable, creative, extrovert, and communicative. My employment and work, I've worked at many establishments, um, but now I pretty have a solid job that I'm probably going to be with for a couple of years. So right now I'm currently employed at the Dock at Bayview. It's a restaurant right on Gull Lake. I'm a host and I'm getting trained to be a food runner here shortly. So I'm experienced with the employees, the customers. I do a lot of bussing and clearing tables, and it's actually a lot of fun. Even though some people don't like the hands-on, like, oh, I have to do work, it's actually nice and kind of a nice slow down from the go 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 of being a host. And I also work with the cash register because that just kind of comes with the job. Seasons of Mackinac. This is a cute little gift shop up north in Mackinac City, right on Main Street next to Scalawags. We just renovated and expanded, so I definitely recommend checking us out if you will. I worked there from June to August of 2022, but for 3 or 4 years prior to this, I was working there just not on the payroll, just kind of every now and then I'd stop by, help out for maybe a week or two, and go back home to Kalamazoo. Anywho, I was a cashier. I worked with my employees and coworkers and customers, and I did cash register. I filed invoices. Filing invoices is a pain. Oh my gosh. And I worked with vendors. Working with vendors is great because, I mean, we did a lot of like original entrepreneur like crafty vendors, so they were always very just open, cool, fun to talk to, amazing. And now with our recent renovation, we've expanded and we now have an Airbnb upstairs at the loft of Seasons of Mackinac. I was the custodian. I know it's okay though. I actually really liked it because I would still do portering, so I'd still hang out with our guests. But I did janitorial work and I worked with the Airbnb software, which is very like streamlined, easy to use. Even as a developer, like when I would help people get their schedules made and all that stuff, like so easy. You can contact people through the app, like amazing, amazing. I can't wait to go back this summer and help out. And I at Kellogg Elementary, which is our elementary school here in Gull Lake, one of them. I was a math and reading tutor. I did it with the second grade classes, so think 7 to 8 year olds. I did it for about a year or two, 2019 to 2020, and I would do it every single day for about 2 years. I would just take the shuttle bus over to Kellogg, and I would help out. It was a lot of fun. I loved working with the younger kids because I loved showing them like what I knew, and they thought I was so cool. Because ooh, a middle school student, like check him out. It was a lot of fun. Um, I've done a lot of sports, but like I'm not proud of them. It was soccer, little league, like that kind of stuff. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, though, clubs. I'm a part of our Gull Lake High School GSA, our Gender Sexuality Alliance. What we basically do is we get the school involved and educate them on what it means to be a queer in 2023. Like the LGBTQ like we just it's amazing. We have a great little club here at Gull Lake. We go around the school. We have posters. We have club meetings every Thursday. We'll do bake sales, crafts. We have T-shirts, pins, you name it. We got it. If you're enrolled in Gull Lake High School and you're seeing this video, come to one of the meetings. You won't regret it. Anybody's allowed to show up. Straight, gay, whatever in between. You can come. We'd love to see you there. Finally, we're going to go to my contact page. So if you do end up checking out my ePortfolio, why not send me an email with any questions you have? I love emails. I love answering questions. Don't be scared. I do not bite. All I need is your first name, email, your message here, and I'll need to know if you're not a robot. You're not a robot. At least I hope you're not a robot. And before we go, we're gonna. I have a YouTube channel, a GitHub, and this is a quote from the lovely Frederick Chen, very iconic. Love him, love him, love him. And maybe we'll pop over to his YouTube channel. I don't know. Anyway, here's my YouTube channel. So if you come over here, I have my Module 8 video, which we talked about earlier. I have my incident report up on here. The video I'm recording now will be on there, so keep an eye out for that. Here's my microprocessor buzzer video, our Sphero Bolt Haunted Mansion, Telodrone Shapes Explained, our montages. So you can kind of see here, like we go up, Through the Hoop, Taylor Jones Explained, PC Builder. Yep, there's our 15 minutes funny video. I was doing it with some friends. Definitely recommend watching. Developer tools for programmers and my virtual machine overview. And if you're on my channel, you can actually get to my ePortfolio and my GitHub from here. Now, if we pop back over, I'll show you my GitHub. Haven't touched it in a while just because I haven't been doing too much programming, but what we have on here, control flow, this is my Python coding, my teledrones and my control flow, my Sphero Bolt, and my Arduino with C++. Anywho, let's check out control flow because it's been a while. So I'm pretty sure, let's go through, oh my gosh, alright, I'm kind of reminiscing with you guys. This is for my ATM, when I made the ATM. Alright, pop over here and check this out for yourself, because it is very cool. I can't believe I was able to do stuff like this. So, I think that's it, guys. I think we finished my ePortfolio tour. Thank you so much for coming to my interview. It was really nice having you all with me. I hope you check out my ePortfolio, because I worked extra hard on it, and it would mean a million thank yous if you would give it a read. This has been Brendan Kruger. Thank you.